working a full-time job, you need to work on yourself as hard as you work on your job. That's a part of the discipline and commitment that's going to get you there that extra time, because we all have 24/7. It's a great equalizer. However, we can be thinking about it, doing it. I get out. When I was working midnights, I had more time to get out during the day. However, there's so many hours in a day, and I get stir up, and I still always have to go back to that J.O.B, which is fine, because that's what puts the food on the table and provides for your family. So never sell your job short. But always be building and learning and creating and looking for opportunity to get to that passive state, to get to that place where you're not relying on a paycheck from week to week. And as so often is heard, people live paycheck to paycheck, and I don't know the statistic offhand, but most people have reserved enough to last 2 months without a paycheck coming in. And Robert Kiyosaki, matter of fact, puts it rather succinctly, saying that your true wealth is based upon time, the time that you can live and survive and eat to your standards until the money runs out with nothing coming in. So that's the importance of passive income and applying yourself, and why you're here, why you would take a course to benefit you and your family for the rest of your life. The younger you are, the more rewards you'll have by getting a good solid foundation and learning the many complexities of not only real estate investing but life.
First place is, if you're going to go to work, you've got to plan on being successful. And you can't be successful doing nothing in the way. If you want to be sure and not hit a home run, never pick up a bat. You may strike out a bunch of times, but if you don't swing the bat, you'll never hit a home run. You have to go every morning to hit a home run and not measure your success very narrowly. Measure your success by the year, not by the week or the day of the month. We get despondent because, well, I made 5 offers and they took one. Well, that's it. Now what? They go to your old job, work for the sewer department. They're out 9 every day and make good money. It's cold and wet. And slippery, I'm not at that either. But make an offer every day. A written, not a word you take, a written offer every day. What that means, you have to get some kind of a form letter that you run to your Xerox machine or put it on your computer, and get a real stamp. Remember those stamps, your older folks remember stamps? Real stamp and a real envelope. Because nobody really takes that internet stuff. Nobody takes that seriously. That's just baloney. A real stamp envelope. And what you can do, what I did, you go down to the title company, and you say, here, I want to put $1,000 in the title company. Put it in escrow. Just hold it. Because I'm going to tell everyone on these offers that I've got $1,000 in the title company to buy the software. I can put a little thing about my contract say, it's first in, first come, first served. I'm putting the same $1,000 down on a bunch of offers. The first dollar comes in, that's $1,000 that binds it. We can still make a deal with only $4,000 for you. And so you only take $1,000 to make multiple offers, not $1,000 at a time. And that $1,000 shows you mental credibility because you have $1,000 a day about that. And if you make that one offer, now the offer can be to buy something, it can be to rent something, it can be to sell something, it can be to lease something, it can be something to auction something, it can be joint venture something. But when you write it down, that shows the other party you're interested. You'll invest a sheet of paper in your prospect at least. And you're trying to cut corners with email and text messages like, well, nobody believes it, you'll get a response. Also, how many times have you had emails and text messages and you cleaned off and think, oh, the old stuff just disappeared? You put it on a piece of paper, they keep that piece of paper a long, long time. We color-coded our things to the month. So when it came in and we changed the type size, we fiddled it around a little bit every month. So we could track that. We had a notebook. We pasted the sample on that page. And when people would call back in, we asked them for certain things on the paper. And we looked up and found out these people have kept us for 40 years. And we always said, don't throw this away. Save it for a rainy day. We may have somebody tomorrow. And they kept them because people don't know. They're uncertain. They don't keep email messages. They don't keep all the other junk. They have a nice letter. Not a nice letter. But they mail it every day. And I don't care what happens to it. That's the most important thing. Don't care what happens to it. Now, I used to go here on this parking lot right here over here in the West Shore. Every Saturday, spend the whole Saturday out there putting brochures on Wednesday. I figured out that I couldn't afford mail as many as I wanted to get out. There's about 2,000 or 3,000 cars out there every weekend. And I just go and go start, when I got the end, start over again. Like paint over it, just start over again. And keep putting it out there. And I finally reduced this to a little business card with me on the back. And on the side said, water sale, please call me anytime. Half the people thought I was trying to buy their car. So okay, I'm not for that. How much you want for it? I walk out.
Listen to this. 60% of your lenders come from follow-up. Now, my program is a very soft sell, which I love, but you have to follow up or you could lose 60% of your money. Okay? So you have to have means to follow up. Now, family, friends, associates, I made a list of 20 names that are in your sphere of influence tonight. Make a list of it, 20 folks in your sphere, and then I call them up and I read them the script. And if there's no answer, I have a second script for the phone, for the voicemail. Does that make sense? Because with caller ID, they might know it's you, right? So, I have a script here, and I have a script there, and I start with this list of names. I've got students doing this all over the nation, generating unbelievable amounts of money. I ask them if they want to come to a meeting, and I call them all 1 week before the meeting. On my list, I had a list of 90, not 20. There's 90, 94. I had 34 sign up to come. I had 27 show up, and that's about typical. You always have a few that don't make it. Some attrition.
Now, negotiate a little bit every week. Be in touch with that person that you owe every week. See if you could offer them right now a little more interest. And remember that in your mortgages, the longer the term, the less the value. Got that? When you renegotiate these mortgages, let the first right of refusal in them up there ever sold at a discount. When you renegotiate these mortgages with loan and carry financing, put substitution of collateral in those notes and mortgages so that if you do negotiate a good 20-year, 30-year, 15-year mortgage, that if you sell that property, that you can walk that mortgage to another property. Substitution of collateral. No balloons. Property being sole security for the note. There should be no recourse against the maker hereof. That'll keep you out of problems if you ever get in a bad financial situation.